Welcome to the Color Room Chat. I'm Kassidy. I'm a stylist at Salon 210.
I'm Reese. I'm a stylist at Salon 210, co-owner and co-founder of Glow and Grow, and now Zero Limits EDU.
Yes. And this is our baby Chai. We're welcoming her to the podcast today.
New member, new host of the podcast. We love her.
So we're really excited for today's episode. We are going to dive a little bit into the Hair by Chrissy TikTok situation. I know you guys have all probably have seen it and heard about it. And we want to dive into it just a little bit, so we can kind of explain working with assistants, working with co-stylists, and why it can actually be a really good thing and really beneficial.
I'm still shocked by the whole what happened. I'm still learning. I just was picking Kassidy's brain, like, how did this even happen and go so crazy viral? But I guess it's just truly how you handle a situation. Like, we're not here, we're here to ruffle a few feathers, but Hair by Chrissy, she started a whole movement, new trends for the Instagram and TikTok. She really kicked us off for having hairstylists on Instagram. And to see her get taken down is it's wild.
No, it's really crazy. And I think she got a lot of heat for it because of who she is and her working with assistants. And we do too at our salon. We work with co-stylists. And so I think it's a really good opportunity to kind of explain the situation and what we do at our salon and how co-stylists can actually be a really good thing if you do it right. And if there's situations like this, if you handle it right with the client.
100%, and that's what I woke up. You would have thought someone died. I woke up. I put a Q&A box on my Instagram, and next thing I knew, I had 100 questions about how do you feel about Hair by Chrissy, what she did to the client. You work like Hair by Chrissy. How do you feel? And I was like, should I answer these? So I answered two because I'm truly what you see is what you get. But I was shocked because it did backfire on her the way she handled the situation, and it backfired on anyone working with a co-stylist. It made it seem like it was a bad thing when
it was such a negative thing.
Yes, I have worked with a co-stylist. I have had a team of co-stylists now for 15 years. You guys, this is nothing new. I think I worked 1 year by myself doing hair. Other than that, I've always worked with someone.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people just don't know why stylists have assistants or co-stylists and why it's such a good thing. So I think that we just need to shed a little bit of light on it. So why don't you, Reese, go into you working on a team and why you choose to have co-stylists? Because you do work very similar to Hair by Chrissy. You have such a high demand. You see a lot of people in a day, which is not normal, I would say. Yeah. And I would say you actually are one of the few people that work like Hair by Chrissy that you have a need that you need to work on a team.
So my person that I idolize is my good friend, Daniel Mason Jones, and he works like this as well. There's only a few stylists in the world that can see 20 to 30 people a day and still give this amazing experience. I don't know if something's wrong with me. We're sponsored by Alani. Maybe it's my energy, but I can see that many people and I love to just create. And seeing that many people doesn't make my work bad because I have a system and I built this business plan, and I have done this since I was 21, you guys, and now I'm 36. So I've done this since I was 21. And so I want it to always be different. I wanted my experience with me to be something you can't get anywhere else. So my co-stylists are there. I do all the important things. I'm super OCD. If you are my family or friend, you know I am. And so I formulate, I put on all my color, I do all the extension work, I do all my foiling, all my painting myself, but it's truly the next level for my guests that they get to have their co-stylists, where my co-stylists get to help create their hair systems. They blow out their styles, they create the look that they're going to walk out with, they do all the glossing, they formulate with me. And then my clients never miss a beat. They are taken care of on another level. They can have food. If they are hungry, we will go get them a meal. If they want a 30-minute head massage, they will have that. If they want to get out of there in 30 seconds, they can also have that and have 3 to 4 people blow dry them. So it's a VIP. You are truly treated like you are Jennifer Lopez when you're in my chair.
And that's the difference, is that you give them an experience the whole entire time. It's the level of service that they're receiving, but you are the one that is ultimately doing all of the extension work, all of the color, the hair cutting, the formulating. And I think that's the big difference as to what Hair by Chrissy didn't do, is that she's there working with influencers, but she's not actually doing the service.
Yes, I think like from an owner standpoint, she is probably overworked and tired and she's probably in a meeting or doing other business
Yeah,
that
for sure.
she's not doing the hair anymore. I think she has created this so that the stylists are her and that she just she's ready to be done doing hair. You can what I hear.
Yeah, but that is the difference, though, with you, is that since you're doing all that, you've created this whole experience that they're getting a luxury service the whole entire time. They sit down, they get a shoulder massage, you come over, they do their color, then they get their latte while they're processing, then they're getting their head massage at the bowl, and they're always being taken care of. And it's amazing from the co-stylist perspective because you are learning the whole entire time.
The entire time. And so that's what's something is that it looks like I'm high maintenance and it looks like I'm so bougie that I need all of these people around me at all times, but it's really the opposite. It's me, I'm such a giver. My clients come first and I want them to have the best experience, and then I want to pass on my knowledge to as many stylists as I can. Same for you. That's why we love the podcast. Is because we want to inspire, we want to pass on our knowledge, we want to help our community just keep leveling up. And so I love having stylists work with me so that I can pass on everything that I know and pass on the right way to do things.
It's a really cool thing because you're really doing two things at once. You're getting to mentor and train while you're also giving your client a full self-care experience and giving them their dream hair. So it's honestly such a really cool thing that you're able to do all of that at one time.
Yeah.
It's truly a talent. But I will say, from my perspective, like being on the other end of it and going through the program, like it then showed me how to give that same high-end service, VIP experience, and I was able to do that from the start of my career, which a lot of people don't have. They have to go through a lot of trial and error to figure that out maybe 3 or 4 years into their career, but because I got to work with you and I got to see you do that for a year and a half, then I was able to take everything that I learned and then just apply it to my business from the beginning. And I really think that was a huge part as to how I was able to grow so quickly.
100%. And that's what I think this whole chaos of Hair by Chrissy put such a bad taste in people's mouths about having a co-stylist program. And we call it co-stylists. A lot of people call them assistants. That's not our heart. You're not assisting me. I truly am there to assist our co-stylists.
Correct, because they are all fully licensed, stylists. They're just taking that extra time to learn a little bit more and almost go through like a master's program. So it's not like you're just doing a shampoo and using them to get more people in your chair. That's not what it's about.
No, I think one message was like, oh my gosh, stylists who have co-stylists are so money hungry. There's never enough money. And I was like, what?
It's like, that's not what it's about at all. It's about,
No.
training them to be the next generation and to, pour into this industry is what it's about.
Is what it's about, because one day you do have to retire and you want to make sure my goal is to make sure that stylists and our beauty industry is set up for success. And being a part of that is giving back and passing on your knowledge. And you, as a stylist, if you're a top stylist, you come last. And every top stylist knows that. And I think everyone was just so scared to speak out about this. So I'm like really excited that we're here and we're doing it. We might ruffle a few feathers, but I think it's really great thing, especially Kassidy. You have your very first co-stylist right now, and you just got out of the program 4 or 5 years ago?
Yeah, a super short time ago. I went through a whole program, and now it's been so cool that I've been able to work with one now because I say this all the time. Like, truly, my program was the best thing I could have ever done for my career. I would not be a six-figure stylist without it. I would not have the clientele that I have without it. And it truly taught me everything that I know.
What made you want to do a program?
I definitely knew that I just needed the support, one, and that I knew I wanted to learn and work with someone that was like next level, that was a more than a six-figure stylist, that was like a girl boss, because that's what I wanted to be. And so I knew that if I learned from someone like that, then hopefully I could be someone like that. And I thought that if I went through a program, then I would probably avoid a lot of mistakes and it would, not take me as long to grow my clientele. I just knew I had a lot to learn. In cosmetology school, you learn the basics. You know nothing. And it's so much more than just doing hair. There's a whole business side behind it. You have to learn how to market yourself on social media. You have to know how to handle client situations, client experience. It is so much more than just your technique. Your technique is everything. And, you always have to be continuing that. But there's so much more that goes into it. And it's overwhelming.
It is overwhelming. And just like hearing you, I'm like, take a breath, because I'm like, there's like, you have to wear 5 different hats and you have to figure out how to wear 5 different hats, multitask all day while being on stage. And I call it stage because when you're on the salon floor, you better look happy, not stressed out, and you better put on a show for your clients, because that is what they come for.
Yeah, it's about your clients and it's about their experience. So if you show up ready and right, if you are put together with a positive attitude, that's all going to pour into your client experience, which that's how you're going to retain your clients and build your business.
100%. And so for me personally, like my goal is to spin this back, because for what it sounds like, Hair by Chrissy, she's just ready to retire. And for us stylists who have co-stylists, we 100% enjoy every minute of having them, because we're a team and we're just giving the next level of service to our clients. Because I know when my client walks out, I'm kind of jealous that my co-stylists get to style my clients, because that is my favorite part of doing hair.
It is her favorite part, is styling.
It is, but if you're a stylist and you see 20 to 30 people a day, my hands, my body, my brain, like physically, you can't do everything by yourself. You have to level. If you want to level up as a stylist, you have to delegate and you have to have a team of people that will help you and that have the same heart as you.
Yeah, and I think if you do want to be a top stylist like Hair by Chrissy, then you have to be aware when you still have to show up every single day, and doesn't just all fall on your co-stylist or your assistants. And so I think it's just being aware that it does take a lot of extra work and a lot of extra time, and that maybe she's just ready to step away from it, because then it becomes such a negative thing and having an assistant or a co-stylist, which it's not.
But that's what, it's just crazy. I'm like, how did this go so viral?
I also think there's a lot to say, too, on the way she handled the situation.
Okay.
Which she went on, when the client went online, she was not in the wrong. She was just explaining her experience, and she was super sweet about it. And then what Hair by Chrissy did is she didn't apologize and didn't make it right. And she just continued to harass on social media, which what you would have done is you would have picked up the phone right away and you would have said, come back in. Oh my gosh, like we will fix whatever you need all day long, because you know that if a client's unhappy and you do work with co-stylists, it still falls back on you. It's never the co-stylist's fault.
No,
it
100%.
Always falls on that stylist.
100%. That's where
you have to take accountability for your actions.
Yes, like our motto, this is where I'm like, you have got to be in business with people who have good hearts. You have to work with people who have good hearts. And that's how we hire, because the client's always right, no matter what. You should not, there's so many stylists that get so defensive, but I didn't do anything wrong. That color is perfect. It doesn't matter. Like, you could do everything amazing, but it's about the client. If the client doesn't want to be that dark, then take her a little lighter. If the client feels too light, we treat our appointments like Botox appointments. Within 2 weeks, you can come back in. Let's change anything you need. We are here for you, and I'm here to make you happy. Like, this experience is not about me. It's about the client.
Especially when they're paying that type of money for it, top dollar, and she went in to see the top stylist. I mean, she paid over $5,000 for her hair. So at that point, it's you never know what the hair is going to do, and when you also do work with assistants and there's multiple people touching your head, like it's so important to have them come back in and to check in on their hair, and if they're not loving it, just also you have a big business and big brands, big reputation, you know?
Well, and that can get some people, the bigger you get, I mean, the ego grows. And I'm not saying Hair by Chrissy, I don't know her. I've never met her. Two of our stylists did take classes with her, and they loved the classes that they learned from her. But I just think when you are out there and giving hate, you're going to get hate back. And hate grows, and it gets bigger and bigger. And that's why no matter what, people can be mean to me, I will never be mean back, because I think, especially in this situation, kindness always wins.
Yeah, because it's just not helping our industry. Because it's like, look what it did. You know, it then got so much heat for working with assistants, and then that was a huge deal. Or, you know, it just blew up, and it's just giving our whole industry hate. And now everyone online is saying, like, this is why hairstylists are, you know, making more than whoever. And it just totally blew up.
And I promise you guys, with inflation, hairstylists aren't making that much.
No.
Hair
But
extensions are so expensive.
It was shedding light on just such the wrong thing, and I feel like was giving hairstylists so much hate.
Yeah.
And also, I think as hairstylists, she was getting a lot of heat from other stylists too, which I also don't think is right either.
No. If you guys, we're a family. If you do hair, if you're a hairstylist, you are automatically family. I will always have a hairstylist back no matter what. Like, you should never, that is my biggest pet peeve. I'm jumping in. I'm like, did this happen? You should never talk bad or make videos giving hate or showing bad work of another hairstylist. Like, even no matter what, you should never.
We
We're a
have to
sisterhood.
give everyone grace, and just to go online and to tear down another stylist's work, even if she is one of the top people out there. I think you can maybe shed light on it, but I feel like you're going on to then grow your brand, which I don't think is right either.
It's not
You're tearing
right.
someone else down for your benefit.
And I promise, any hair salon, any hairstylist that I see do this, they end up getting bit later on. You cannot be successful by taking other people down in the industry. It just doesn't work out. Something will always happen that will make your empire that you're trying to grow collapse. And that is something that I know I'm old school, but I will never speak ill. I will never go online and talk bad about another hairstylist. We're a family. If you do hair, I'm here for you. If I have someone and I'm fixing their work, I'll side message. I will give an email. I will do a private phone call. Be like, hey, I just want you to know this client came in. Maybe try this next time. Or don't do K-tips. You need to cut down your K-tips. Like, if your client comes to me and they have bald spots, you educate.
Because everything is a learning lesson. Truly, like, don't take anything as, tearing someone down or a mistake. Like, you just have to learn from your mistakes, and that's how you grow. I mean, you have to grow every single day in this industry.
You do, and doing hair is not easy, you guys. It's a whole creative. It's practicing your technique. And that's what I think also, going back to the Co-Stylist program, a lot of people don't realize is that we come in early and stay late and come in on our off days training our stylists. And that's something that I think even you in the program, you were shocked how long we would stay after our shift.
Yeah,
to
my
train.
shift was not done after my 10 hours with Reese. I was now in Respawn boot camp after that, and it was the best thing ever.
It was, and it's so much fun. You grow your relationship with each other.
Yeah.
And your technique is on point.
I had to bring in models. I was, working on my technique almost, weekly. I was coming in on Saturdays, and that's just what you have to do to get to where you want to be. And that being said, too, if you do choose to take on an assistant or a co-stylist, you have to pour into them, and it's a lot of work for you too. Everyone thinks they're there to make your life easier, but you're taking on them and their career, and you're pouring into them.
Yeah.
And so it's a lot of work, and it's a lot of extra hours and time that you have to be aware that you're signing up for.
Yeah, like you better be on point. And this is for all the stylists out there who have gone through a co-stylist program. Please make sure you're working with someone that is going to put you first, that's coming in early, that's staying after with you, that's making you come in on your off days. And I know a lot of stylists don't want to do that, but that is where the aha moments come. That's when you push back and become a top stylist is on your days off. We came in on Sundays to do training.
Yeah, all the time. It was a lot of long hours and a lot of education that we did, but that's what made me better. And Reese took the time to do that, for me. And yeah, it's amazing. I think that also, if you are taking on a co-stylist, just knowing that you are a leader and that you have to show up ready and right with a positive attitude and just pouring into them.
It's going to make a huge difference, I promise, especially for the stylist who's been doing hair for 20 years and you have an assistant. I challenge you guys to change up your mindset. Instead of having an assistant, have a co-stylist. Come in early, stay late. I know you're tired. I know you're burnt out. But when you stay late and you start teaching and you start seeing that stylist catch on and grow, that inspires me. And that gives me so much energy. It gives me a second win in doing hair because I get so inspired and I get so excited when you finally get that foil technique, when you finally get balayage or get that haircut, that contour haircut. Like, I promise, try to do this for your now co-stylist, not assistant, because it will change your life. You will become passionate. You will find love for hair again when you start training and teaching someone else.
Yeah, it's such a rewarding feeling to just be a part of their journey and their growth and to see them go from not being able to place a foil to making six figures. Like, that's such a rewarding feeling. And knowing that you were a part of that and that all the late hours that you did was worth it. And then you're pouring back into the industry. And that's what it's about, truly.
I think so. So thank you, Hair by Chrissy. I feel like you helped us all out here.
Yeah, I think you helped us out so much by shedding light on this and that working with a co-stylist is truly such a good thing. And if you're a new stylist out there and you're thinking about maybe going through a program, do it. I cannot recommend it enough because it changed my career.
Kassidy, I think that's amazing. Literally, thank you for always keeping me up to date on what's going on in the world.
That's what I'm here for, is
I
the
love
TikTok
it.
drama.
The TikTok drama, and we're here for it. So thank you guys for listening. If you guys have any questions, message us. And please like, comment, and share on TikTok and Instagram because we are not paying for any marketing on this, just ourselves and you guys.
Bye, guys. See you on the next one.